We are live and welcome to another episode of the Spurs Rewind. I'm your host, Joe Garcia, and I'm going to be joined today by my co host here, the lovely Vicky Vic. Vicky, how's it going?
Good. I'm doing well.
You've had a busy week. Has your week been busier than mine?
Oh my gosh. Probably about the same. I no, you're probably busier. You're definitely busier because you've got kids.
I got kids and I've been on the road all day. We've been doing dental appointment, doctor appointments.
Oh.
My daughter has a job interview tomorrow. I have to finish a fence that I started building and I have not been able to do anything because I've been on the road. So eventually at some point I got to finish this fence in the backyard because there is none.
Oh, no.
So we can have animals and God knows what else running through the yard. So I'm like, come on, I got to finish this yard, please, before the weather gets hot. You know,
Yes. Oh my
I don't want
gosh,
to be
it's
out there
already
sweating.
happening.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Monday was pretty hot. I
It
got
was
sunburned.
hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
along with my son. He was tired too.
Oh, no.
So that's how we started our spring break. But hopefully we can go ahead
Oh,
and
that's
end it
good.
doing something better, and hopefully the Spurs can get back on the winning ways, the winning track again. But before we start moving on here, let's go ahead and talk about Coach Pop and how he has become now the official, the winningest coach in NBA history with win 1,336, coming at the hands of the Utah Jazz, who actually did us a solid. And basically, they had a drought where they could not score any points in the fourth quarter. And that helped the Spurs climb back into the game and get the much needed, coveted win. So,
Yes.
congratulations to Coach Pop. I know that the players, they kind of just mobbed him after the game, which was kind of a sweet moment there because he didn't want to show any emotion. And even Jakob
Yes.
Poeltl was shaking him, and he was excited for him. And Coach Pop was like,
Yeah.
"No, no, no, you're not going to get me." And then the
Oh.
whole team mobbed him. And then it's okay to smile. I remember Sean Elliott saying that it's okay to smile, and he cracked a smile. You know, so I love
Yes.
that moment, with the team congratulate him, and they really
It
did,
was so
uh,
sweet.
love him so much, they were so happy for this accomplishment for him. To me, this is
Yes.
it, whatever happens after this, I don't care. I just wanted them to get Coach Pop the win, so I'm done for the
Yeah.
season already. No, I'm just playing.
Joe.
Well, what was your favorite moment, in this whole thing? Because 'Cause I'm sure you were watching the game.
Um, I really liked, when watching it, I liked seeing they just kept pushing, they did not give up. But really that end when it was Jakob who was like, "Hey guys, come on, like let's huddle around Pop." It was just so sweet. They looked so happy and it made me really happy to see that. Like you said, I think they kind of had that mentality too. They knew they weren't going to win a championship this year. But this is kind of like their little mini championship accomplishment type thing to get Pop this record. And I know that each of the players really took it to heart and wanted to get this for him and make sure that he was recognized in this way. And they're so happy, to be on his roster when it happened. So it was awesome to see. Something I really did not like was seeing Rudy Gay hit that three.
It's like,
Oh, I
"Rudy,
was
come on, man."
so yes. I was like, "Stop, just let him have it already." Like, he had been, we had those couple close games where we thought he was gonna get the record, and then finally happened. So I was super happy.
I was mad, tell you the truth. I even texted you guys. I'm like, "I give up on this team. I'm done with
I
them."
was like, "So you're such a downer. You were so mad."
I'm so angry. It's like, "Y'all can't even get one freaking win
Yes.
for Coach Pop." I was like, "I'm done with this team," and then you're like, "The game's not over yet." I can already hear Vicky's voice in my ear. I'm like, "No, Vicky,
Yeah,
get
I
away
was like,
from me."
"Hey, they won."
Yeah, like, if we were at the game together and you were sitting next to me, I'd be like, "Get away, go away, go away."
Yes,
You'd be
yes.
like, "Never
Oh
give
my
up, I told you, never give up." I was like, I could hear you, like, you were sitting on my shoulder just telling me that the whole
Aw,
time.
I'm
I'm
glad.
like, yeah, I'm like, "No, Vicky,
That
go
makes
away."
me happy.
But I was really happy, nonetheless,
Uh,
that Coach Pop finally did get the coveted win,
mm,
1,336, so big accomplishment for him, and like I said, whatever happens after this happens. Hopefully our draft, chances can increase a little bit more,
yes.
tank softly. Let's keep it going. I'm just playing. I mean, I'm happy with whatever transpires now, but I mean, come on,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and play for the draft. That's all I'm saying. So
It's
want to
looking
go
more
ahead
and
and
more
get to
like it, so
yes, exactly. Not even the playing game, just the draft.
Yeah.
But congratulations are in order for also one DeJounte Murray. Now, DeJounte Murray here, he has become the first player in Spurs history to score 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, and 500 assists in a single season. Those are pretty good numbers there. And just to go to it goes to show you just you know, what DeJounte is having to do this season. He's having to play at such a high level that he's putting up these types of numbers. 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, 500 assists, and the season's still not over yet. Vicky, what are your
Mhm.
thoughts?
Um, I mean, in one sense, I'm like, "Wow, it's amazing," and in another sense, I'm kinda like, I'm surprised that that hadn't happened before for the Spurs because we've had other amazing, great players, but then, it just goes to show how Tim, David, they had, like, bigger support systems around them. They didn't need to go off and do that. Like, DeJounte's going off every single night, getting all those triple doubles and everything. So yeah, it's like, we never realize it until later, but I feel like right now we're having a chance to realize how great DeJounte is, and it's hopefully not going to be like I think I can speak for myself that I took, like, Tim Duncan for granted, because, he had that supporting system to help him out. He didn't have to be completely carrying the team, and that's, I think, what DeJounte's showing because, you know, the Spurs have a lot of other great young talent, but they're not up there being able to help him on a consistent basis, which is why he's been able to get to this, milestone and be the first for the Spurs in that sense. So, it's just shocking and also really reassuring for DeJounte. I just want him to stay healthy and, continue this going forward because I think he's done an amazing job, carrying the team so far this season.
Yeah, I think he's done an amazing job leading the team. I think that's one of the things that Spurs fans had been clamoring for since last season. And this season, he's taken on that leadership role and taken this team upon his shoulders, because he's having to
Mhm.
put up these insane numbers night in and night out just to make the team competitive or even, try to make the games a little bit closer than they
Right.
would, otherwise not have been, because they could have easily gotten blown out in some of these games by 20, 30 points easily. But they've made, some strides there where they're trying to be a little bit more competitive. But, unfortunately, the other night they did not look competitive against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Cat
Oh.
went off for 60 points. They scored over 140 points. I mean, at that point, it goes to show you that this team still has a lot of growth that they need to develop as far as the younger players, and they need to get tighter when it comes to defense. The defense has been up and down when you consistently let teams outscore you in the hundreds. I mean, that kind of shows you basically that you need to work on your defense. Even though Spurs fans are
Yeah.
like, they play so great on defense. I'm like, at the end of the day, they really are mediocre on
Yeah.
defense. It's the offense, that's really, clicking at times, and at times it doesn't. It might be clicking for 3 quarters, but not for the
Yep.
full 4, not for the full 48 minutes. But again, those are little things that they need to work on in the off season, and hopefully maybe they can get some pieces that can actually help this younger core out. And I think that's going to be them looking at some vets and having to make some tough decisions when it comes to the off season because DeJounte is balling, putting up these numbers, but he definitely could use some help. That's all we're
Yeah.
we're we're saying. He needs some help, Vicky, and hopefully the offseason they'll get him the help he needs.
Yeah, hopefully so. It was kinda sad, yeah, against the Timberwolves, I noticed at the end, there was a shot of DeJounte, and it really was, like, the first time this season that I've seen him look just kind of, like, at a loss. Like, he gave so much, and Keldon gave so much, and they still I mean, they were unable to stop Karl
They're
Anthony
outgunned.
Towns.
Yeah, they're out.
Yeah, and it's sad, it's so sad to see that. It brought back, like, a memory to or of David Robinson that last year before Tim Duncan came. I didn't see it happen, but I remember seeing video of that like right before they got got Tim Duncan, and it was that year before, and David just kind of looked like there was nothing they could do anymore at that point. So it was sad, but he's just got to wait. I think, the help's coming. And if they get there in the draft, it's going to be a world of a difference next season.
Yeah, it needs to happen in the draft. To me, it's like draft or bust this coming season. They just need to
Mhm.
play competitively, but if they don't win, it's fine. I'm looking at the draft. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking at that draft. And you've
Exactly.
seen this coming for quite some time. It shouldn't come as a surprise to any Spurs fan. You've seen
Right.
that some of these other teams in the West, where the Spurs were, at the top of their game, and then once we lost Kawhi, things started declining there, even with
Mhm.
LaMarcus and DeMar DeRozan. And, we had our vets with, Rudy Gay and Bryn Forbes. And we even had Marco Beninelli and, some
Yeah.
other players that Spurs fans were really, enamored with. And we started seeing the decline then, and you started seeing that the other teams that were falling behind us started catching up with talent, drafting well, making trades. And now look at what happened with Minnesota. Minnesota was near the bottom of the league, and now they've kind of leapfrogged over the San Antonio Spurs as far as their talent pool is concerned in developing one, the big cat here into one of the best big shooting men, one of the better shooting men, a big shooting man, should I say it that,
Yeah.
in the league. It's insane what he can do out there with his size, knocking down jumpers, knocking down three-pointers. I mean, he's just a gifted player. And it goes to show
Yeah.
you, if you get a bona fide superstar, you instantly make your team better. And I think the Spurs have some pieces, but they are still lacking that bona fide superstar. Until we get
Yeah.
that, until the team gets that, should I say, not we, but until the team gets that, it's kind of going to be in flux for quite some time. So hopefully the draft
Yeah.
has the answers for us. But also, let's go ahead and congratulate one Keldon Johnson, who has become the second youngest player to reach 2,000 career points, only behind one Tony Parker, who did this at 21 years old and in 179 days. Keldon Johnson accomplished this feat at 22 years of age and in only 149 days. So Keldon Johnson's playing at a high level too. Vicky, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. That's awesome. I think it's great. I think he's slowly stepping into a little bit more of that backup role with DeJounte. It's taken, I think, a little bit longer than some people had expected, but at the same time, Keldon's still super young. He's what is this? His fourth season?
I think it's his third.
Third.
Yeah.
3rd? Oh my gosh. See, he's young. He's really young. So I think he's doing a great job. I mean, it's awesome to see what these guys have been doing. They're so young, and I think we forget that because the Spurs are so young in, overall average age. They're so young, but it's great. It's amazing. Happy to see that. I know that he was as a rookie or like sophomore setting records that Tim Duncan had set. I mean, like matching records Tim Duncan had set. So it's pretty cool to be seeing him doing the stuff that the big 3 were doing because it's promising for the future of the Spurs. I think we'll have to look toward next season and even the next to see him really get into that, like, make that big step like DeJounte made, but I think that he's on the way to doing that.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Anthony. He's watching us from YouTube. He says, "Go Spurs, go." Gregory Castillo is also watching us from YouTube, and he's referring to one Dejounte Murray. He said, and he's going to leave like Garnett and Kevin Love. Well, if
No,
he
he's
doesn't get some,
not.
Vicky, he's not lying though, because look at how frustrated he gets. And if he's not getting any help, I mean, you want to win at some
But he's
juncture.
gonna get help. See, I mean, that's the thing. He's gonna get help. I think he's loyal to the Spurs. I do think he is. And the Spurs are doing what they can to get him that help. Right now, it's been tough because of the way they've fallen to this position, but it's happening. It's gonna happen.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
Carl
talking about
Anthony
Karl Anthony
Towns.
Towns. Oh, okay.
You
I thought he was
know,
referring to Dejounte.
I'm a big fan of Carl Anthony Towns. I think
Oh
he's really
no.
great. Um, but okay, so Minnesota is not helping him. They're consistently not good enough, and I don't know if he is. He probably will get tired of it and eventually leave because I don't think he's ever gonna win. there.
Well, little known fact here, Vicky used to do some sideline
I
reporting for the Minnesota
did.
Timberwolves, so she knows a little bit about the
I
players.
had to interview Cat at one point,
And
I
there you
think.
go. Did you whisper in his ear and tell him, "Come to San Antonio"?
Nah, I was, like, at his hip, probably. Way
Yeah,
too short.
come you shoulda offered him some tacos or something, to entice him to come to San Antonio.
Yeah. I mean, he's great on the court, but I don't think he's, like, Spurs material.
Greg Greg is you crazy, man. He's funny here. He puts trying to get me beat up in San Antonio by saying DeJounte leaving. I'm
I
gonna
know.
say it was Gregory that said it. Go get him. No,
Yes.
I'm just
I
playing.
was well, when I saw it at first, I thought it was DeJounte too, and I was like, "No way." Okay.
Hey,
Okay, we
I'll be the
forgive
first
you.
to say, they don't get DeJounte some help here, he might get
No, he's
frustrated.
gonna stay. He's gonna stay. He
That's
will.
what they all say until they get the money in front of them, they dangle the carrot, and he
Nah.
says, I'm loyal," and then they dangle that carrot, and he says, "I'm gone."
No.
We'll
No,
see.
because I really appreciate how he spoke out against number 2, who
Oh my. You be the
DeJounte.
first one, I know it. I know you got your Kawhi jersey still tucked away in your
No, I
closet.
don't. I never got one actually, so
Oh my goodness.
I don't know, I had a feeling about him.
You had a feeling, you were the one that was cheering
Too
them on.
quiet.
"Kawhi, your claw, Kawhi," remember?
Good
And now
clock. That or what was it? Ugh,
and now Vicky's like, "I don't like him." If he came back to the
nah.
Spurs, you'd be over there, "I Kawhi."
No, he'd
Mhm.
have to earn my trust
If he
back.
gets you if he wins this team a chip if Kawhi came back and won this team a chip and instantly made them better, everything is forgiven.
Nah.
Everything.
No, no,
You
nah.
have to think about it, uh-huh.
No! Nah, I can't. He can never come back. He is
He
not
can come
welcome.
back, he just needs to leave Uncle Dennis behind, that's it. Well,
Too much.
let's talk about Keldon. Keldon Johnson, in his last 5 games, he's averaged 24 points while shooting 51% from the floor. Keldon Johnson seems to be trending in the right direction with his game, but DeJounte Murray says that Keldon still needs to develop I don't care attitude. Since according to DeJounte, the team seems to lack that attitude, that nasty that Coach Popovich so adamantly coined. So what are your thoughts on this? Spurs fans as well. Do you think the team lacks that attitude, playing with that chip on their shoulder? I kind of think they do. I think
Some
at
of
times
them, yeah.
they get a little soft.
Yes. I see that from DeJounte. I do think he genuinely his main goal is to perform well. I don't think he cares. I mean, yeah, if someone gives him credit, he gets this praise, obviously it's gonna be like an ego boost, but I do think he can do well without it. And that's the way, if you look back at the big 3, that was like to the T, that's how they were. They did not care about the praise. They didn't care about being named in, all of these lists and whatever. And now they are because people are realizing that, yeah, they were amazing. Yeah, I do think Keldon probably still cares too much. Lonnie, I think, cares too much. I've said that since the beginning. Lonnie always, I don't know, there's something about it. Like he's trying to show off, he's trying to prove something. And, they've got to just play. They've got to know that they're good enough and not care what anybody's going to think or say about it. So yeah, I do think so. On the whole, except for, yeah, probably
Project
just
Spurs that
DeJounte.
says, "Guys, Paul Garcia pipe bomb just dropped. Per Spurs, McDermott is expected to miss the remainder of the regular season with a
No!
grade 3 ankle sprain." So there you go.
That's it.
Draft, here we come. I can already hear the lotto balls falling in our
That's
favor.
really yeah, that's really
Yeah,
disappointing.
at least we
But
got the
on the, like, plus side of this, that means probably a lot more primo minutes.
promo.
Um, promo. It's a primo promo. Primo promotion.
Oh, if you wind up getting a Spurs fan box and they ask you whose name you want on the back of that jersey,
I can't
you
say
should ask
promo.
promo,
No,
promo.
that would give me a headache every time I look at
We're
it.
gonna have to get you like a bootleg jersey that says promo on it.
If it's fake, cool, but if it's real, I'll be like, "Ooh." It'll make my teeth hurt.
Look at Gregory Castillo says, "Still got tired of Vicky yelling at him." He probably did. He probably did because that's all I hear on my shoulder on the games when I give up
No,
on
but
the
he's
team.
been great. He's been great lately. I really like McDermott. It's just the one time that I was disappointed because he's 30, and he
Look
shouldn't be
at Josh.
making mistakes.
I
I know.
knew that was Josh. I knew that was
I did
Josh.
too. I was like, "Pipe bomb,
That's Josh
that's a
Pavettes.
Josh word."
He's like, "Oops, I had no idea. I still had Project First Spurs
That's
Facebook access."
hilarious.
He's
That's
gonna take over.
hilarious.
He's gonna take over. But I'm happy for Keldon. Like I said,
Uh,
he's trending in the right direction. Kudos
yes,
to him. And hopefully he comes back even better and stronger next season. Hopefully,
well,
with the better in between game, he gets more consistent with his mid range
yes,
game. That would really open up, I think, the game not only for him, but also it'll help with the spacing on the floor with the team next season.
yes. Gotta go
The
to work
NBA,
with Coach Chip.
yep. Well, yeah, maybe they can get you to work out with Coach Chip, so you can go ahead
Yeah.
and we'll have a
He
challenge that we're going to talk about later on. So
Yeah.
Vicky has something she's got to do now. Um, let's go ahead and talk about the NBA because they announced some dates and the locations for its 2022 NBA draft, the NBA draft events. So all events will be held in person. The ticket information for the draft will be announced at a later time. They didn't have anything available per the NBA communications out there on Twitter. The NBA Combine will be held May 16th through the 22nd in Chicago, and the lottery will be held on May the 17th, also in Chicago. The NBA Draft will take place on June the 23rd at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. So that's the information that we have as far as the NBA, I guess, the draft events for the 2022 season. So, I mean, you interested in anything beyond just the draft itself? You're gonna want to go and check out the combine or anything else, Vicky?
I'm
No.
so I care about the lottery now that the Spurs are in it, basically, um, and then I care about the draft.
You're like, I don't care. I just
That's
want the
basically
draft.
it. Yeah.
I don't care.
I just wanna know who the Spurs are getting and what we got to work with.
Yeah, and just to go ahead and give everybody a heads up, in the latest 2022 mock draft, NBA mock draft first round predictions, this happened, I believe, it was on May the 16th. This is the latest information we have, and this was done via Bleacher Report.
March, March 6th, right? March 16th.
Yeah, it was his name. Let me see. I just saw it right here. I have to go back now. It was Jonathan Wasserman via Twitter
Mm.
who wrote this particular article. And what he has right now is that the Spurs, I believe, are going to be the sixth. Let me see. Was it the sixth? I'm trying to
That's
see.
been the I think that's been the prediction. So I guess
Yeah,
it
and it was the
stayed.
seventh. No, it was. I thought it was the sixth. No,
7?
it's the seventh. He has the Spurs drafting seventh in the NBA draft, and he says that, well, for his prediction, they're going to draft AJ Griffin, small forward slash power forward, freshman out of Duke. Griffin's outstanding physical profile at 6 foot 6 inches, 220 pounds, 222 pounds. He shoots 46.7%. Um, and it's a hint at a high floor and easy fit. He hasn't flashed as much explosion, self creation, or playmaking, 1.0 assists per game. But for an 18-year-old, his shot making and room to improve are worth betting on at number 7 overall. So I'm hoping that the
Ooh.
Spurs can actually move up in the draft a little bit more. I'd like to see him closer to that 5 spot, if not higher. They do have
Mhm.
3 picks, and if they can go ahead and bundle those together, at least 2 of those, maybe they can increase their chances of moving up a little bit more because in my book, if you don't get at least a top 5 pick, you're really kind of gambling at that point. And the last thing we need is another shooting guard. Please God, no.
But that guy's a forward, so I guess that's
Yeah,
kind of
he's
a
a
step
forward,
up.
small forward. I
But
mean,
he's
he's
really
6'6".
short, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's 18 years of old,
Uh,
of age, should I say. So he has a lot of room for growth. Maybe they can
yeah.
go ahead and work and develop him. Maybe he has a high ceiling. Again, the Spurs would have to make that assessment and see what they're gonna wanna gamble on, because after that, they do have those other 2 picks, but if the picks go, let's say they don't fall in favor of the Spurs, they fall back or they, go back to their respective teams, so, Hopefully,
Right.
the Spurs can get something of merit with these picks, and they're just not going to go to waste. That's my hope. That's my hope. But we're gonna get to Vicky's, I guess, time to shine here. A Spurs fan on Twitter who goes by the handle. Well, his handle is Spurs Enjoyer at Spurs Enjoyer underscore. Says he will do 15 push-ups every day until the Spurs follow him back. And we're gonna share our thoughts on this and kind of ask Vicky if she's willing to do a challenge until the Spurs give her the coveted Spurs fan box that she so
I
rightfully
do it.
says she deserves.
I accept.
So what are you gonna do
I
for us?
volunteer. I could do 10 push-ups a day.
10? Okay. Are they gonna
Yeah.
what kind of push-ups are we talking though?
Real, like legit
The man
man
push-up?
push-ups. Man push-ups. Yeah, I can do them.
Wow, you're gonna get the guns going then. You're not gonna be able to fit in the youth size jersey no more, Vicky.
No. My new look is gonna be Luisa from Encanto. Yeah.
You're gonna be picking up cars,
The
cows, and
strong
everything else.
woman. Yep. Yeah.
So there you go. So
That's
Vicky, you're gonna have to take video of this if you're gonna do this challenge. And you're gonna have to tell the Spurs that you are not going to stop until they send you a Spurs fan box.
Oh my god.
And
Why don't you,
or
like, nominate me, and then I'll accept the challenge, and then I won't look like I'm begging begging 'em.
I'll nominate you. I'll go ahead and put that
Okay.
out there on Twitter,
Okay.
okay? I'll have maybe me
I'll
and
do
Josh
it.
and Rocky will
Yes.
go ahead and nominate
Yes.
you to
Yes,
take
and
that challenge to do 10
I will
push-ups a day
accept.
until you
Okay.
get your Spurs fan box. What if it never comes though?
Then I'll be really
When do you say
disappointed.
when?
Yeah, how long is it? How long will this go? Like, I don't wanna get too built.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to put a date on this, like how long do you
Yes.
want to do this challenge
Like,
for?
when does the regular season end?
Oh my, it's coming up. I mean, we had 17 games like what 2 weeks ago. So I mean, you're coming down to getting closer to
Ap
single digits now.
April 10th. April 10th. What's today? I
It's
could do
already
that.
the 6th. Oh, you're like, I can do that.
I could do that. I could definitely do
Couple
that.
of weeks.
Yes.
No, hombre, Vicky.
Yeah. Through the end of the regular season.
Let's see. There's
That's a good
2,
commitment.
4, 6, 8, 10, 11 games left. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Is that right? Yeah. No, 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 no. Yeah, yeah. There we go. We're coming up on 11 games. Yeah. 11. Wait, 11
My
plus 13
gosh.
games. You got 13 games left. I have to scroll
Okay.
up
Do
so
I
I can
do
see
it
the other
every
people.
game day, or do I do it every day, every day?
I don't know.
I'll
That's
do
up to
every game.
you.
I could do every game day, not today. Starting next game. Starting
Oh
Friday.
my.
Start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Not
11. Yeah,
today.
12. That makes it an even number. 12. 12.
Oh, man, you are bad. Like, if we tell you to do a challenge, oh, no, I'll do it tomorrow. I promise. I'll do it tomorrow.
Next time. Next
And
time.
remember, you're gonna put a video up, and it's gonna be little Vicky from like middle school doing push-ups.
Nah, I'm pretty good with push-ups.
Okay, well, we're gonna
I
find
think.
out. We're gonna find out.
Just like can't be any critiques on my form or anything,
Oh, I'm not gonna
just
critique you. I'm just proud that you're gonna do 10 push-ups every day, every game day. You gonna wear a jersey?
yeah, I could do that. I'm trying to figure out how many jerseys I have. I might have to cycle. Yeah, I might have to yeah, I don't think I have
Oh,
12
you know what you could do? You could put
jerseys.
it up to the fans and ask what jersey do you all want me to wear today? This one or this one? You know?
I have to go check which ones I have. I think I have 12. I could do it.
Do
I
you
could
have your
do it.
Luka jersey? Did you get a Luka Samanic jersey?
No. No, but I have my Derek jersey and
Oh,
Patty.
you're gonna start crying now. But
I could do the oh, no, never mind. I was gonna say
what?
the number on the
10.
jersey, but I have a David Robinson
Mm,
jersey, and
50.
I would never do that. No, no, That's not possible.
No, that you'd have to break that up over 5 days. Yeah,
Yes,
10 a day, 10 a day.
definitely.
But that would be like a cool time lapse. Here I go, I'm doing the David Robinson challenge, you know?
Yes. Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
I
you
think
could
a
have
girl
your
could
husband
do it.
just do the video, you know? There you go.
Yes.
But as we
Yes.
start bringing the show to a close here, I noticed that on this one website, it's called Foco, which is FOCO.com. It's a collectibles. They're collectibles, that are licensed by the NBA. And I noticed here that they did have some interesting bobbleheads that are going to be going on sale. They're going to be available for pre-order. So let me go ahead and share this with you guys. So here you go. This is from Foco.com, and they have some NBA 75th anniversary bobbleheads that are going to be available for pre-order, and we have a George Gervin a bobblehead. We have a Tim Duncan bobblehead and a David Robinson bobblehead. They're $75 each. You know,
What?
so if you're gonna want the trio, it's gonna set you back a little bit. But I mean, they look pretty darn cool. I wouldn't mind having a
They
couple.
do look very cool.
Yeah. So
The
I
Tim
mean,
one looks very, like, legit with him hugging the ball. That's so cute.
yeah, so there you go. You want to
Aw.
go ahead and get on some collectibles here. I mean, you go to foco.com, and go ahead and pre-order your NBA 75th anniversary Spurs bobbleheads. They're only going to be sold through Foco. They're not going to be available in the Spurs fan shop anywhere. And if you do buy them on the open market, I'm sure that the markup is going to be quite substantial. So if you can get one, go ahead and get one while you can, because they go quick. I think they did one too of DeMar DeRozan, and that one sold out pretty quickly. So I expect that this is going to be the same.
Aw. I
So you
want
plan on
one.
buying one, Vicky?
Ooh, this is pretty steep.
No.
Maybe, maybe.
She's gonna be what, like, for Christmas?
I know. Put it on my
No,
wish
but we
list.
do also have the 2 bobblehead nights coming up here. We have the Keldon Johnson bobblehead night that'll be coming up here on this Friday. So that's going to be happening on the 18th, and that's a must-have bobblehead too. That one is fire.
Yes.
And they do have the other bobblehead. I believe that one is the DeJounte Murray bobblehead night that's going to be happening on April the 1st, also on a Friday. 2
Yeah.
Friday games, if you can make them, it's well worth the price of admission just for the bobblehead alone, because I'm sure we're going to see them on the open market on eBay going for like $75 just as much
Yes.
as these, bobbleheads here. So if you can make the games, make sure you go out and show your support for one San Antonio Spurs. I mean, I went to the game and there were a lot of empty seats, man. Come on, guys, go out and support the team.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Definitely.
sorry, I hit the spring here. But if you also go to the game, make sure you go and uh, make sure you make the trek over to the Burgerteca. They have the best food there, and they also have a nice bar. So that's the hangout spot
Yes.
there. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this show to a close now because Vicky's got places to go. And as we go ahead and bring it to a close, we want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to our sponsor here, DraftKings, to go ahead and make sure you go to uh, either the Android, if you have an Android device, go to the Google Play Store. If you have an iPhone, I don't even know what to call it, what Apple Play Store, what is it called?
The Apple Store? App Store.
Apple Store, whatever it's called. I don't know because I
Apps?
despise
Yeah, the App Store.
I despise Apple. But if you go, make sure you use the promo code TBPN, and we go ahead and support our sponsor here, DraftKings. And also, if you want to follow Vicky, make sure you go and follow Vicky at the Vicky Vix on the Twitters here. So you can go ahead and talk sports and follow her and make sure she's keeping up to her end of the bargain of doing that challenge. Uh, and you can also follow me at Two Shots Podcast, all spelled out TWO, Two Shots Podcast on Twitter. And just like I like to talk sports and all that. I've been absent for like almost 2 weeks because I've been so busy with family and a lot of other things going on behind the scenes. But I hope to start getting more active now that I complete my fence and start enjoying some of these last remaining games of the season. Now that things are starting to wind down a little bit, so hopefully the Spurs can get a win tonight, Vicky. It all starts
Yes,
tonight.
I hope so, I hope
Cross your
so.
fingers. I heard that there's a lot of players that are going to be missing as well. So it's not just the Spurs that are going to be in some dire straits here. It's also going to be OKC that are going to be, without some of their players.
Yeah,
So anything can happen here. It's anybody's game.
good chance.
Yeah. So for Vicky Vic, I'm Joe Garcia. Thank you for watching another episode of the Spurs Rewind. And like we always say, spread the love, stop the hate, be kind.